Hello, everyone, and welcome to this virtual open day. I'm going to talk to you about entrepreneurship. I'm Emeline. I'm in the third year of the Ingénieur Polytechnicien program, and today I am here with Nicolas Cruot, who is a graduate and co-founder of the startup Neolith. Hello, Nicolas. And I'm also here with Sébastien Barnier, who is the head of the startup network for our school. Thank you for being here. Thank you to you both. Just as a reminder, our speakers are here with us virtually because we are taking all the necessary precautions to make sure we all stay safe given the current health situation. In order to help us better understand entrepreneurship at École Polytechnique, I'm going to share with you a short video and we'll be back with you in a moment for Q&A.
Welcome to the 3X Innovation Center. Located in the heart of the campus, it is a 5,000 square meters building dedicated to innovation and entrepreneurship. Let's begin with XUP, the incubator of the 3X.
XUP is an intensive training program over 6 months that's aimed at supporting early-stage deep tech startups. We have more than 40 workshops and we have one coach per startup that supports our businessmen to develop very fast their project during the acceleration program. We have also 40 workshops on different areas like technology, business, sales and marketing, and communication. XUP, it's not a program for students, but in any case, we would like to facilitate the exchange between students and startups. For this reason, we organize several meetings between students and startups. We offer the possibility to make internships at startups, and even during the second year of the education path of our students, we offer the opportunity to work on the technical subject proposed by our startups.
The XUP program is a great opportunity for entrepreneurs to grow their idea into a fully grown company. Take SpaceSense, for example.
We are the two co-founders of SpaceSense. At SpaceSense, we bring insights from satellite imagery available to everyone with the help of artificial intelligence. We use space data for Earth to help in agriculture, environment, climate change, and also for governments to make efficient policies.
And we joined the incubator of École Polytechnique after being here students in the Master of Entrepreneurship. And it really helped us improve our product, and it also gave us a very good access to the Spatial Student Center, which was very beneficial for us. And now, thanks to the support, we have raised funds and we are hiring our first employees.
But the 3X isn't only about early deep tech startups. Maybe you're a more mature company and you want to be part of the Plateau de Saclay International Scientific and Innovation Hub. Then you could be part of XTech. And there is more. Whatever you need, there is a program for you in the 3X Innovation Center. You'll be taken care of every step of the way. Let's say you want to build a prototype. You can do that too with XFab.
XFab is a prototyping space specialized in digital fabrication, thanks to more than 30 numerically controlled machines. It is also certified as Fab Lab. This nurturing, interdisciplinary environment is able to host and support a wide variety of projects, expanding the reach of practical trainings, bringing awareness to Industry 4.0, manufacturing, and design challenges is what this place can bring to teaching. With our team of experts and with our partners, we ignite, we ship, and support hardware entrepreneurship. So, come and join us.
If you are a researcher, it is a place not so far from the lab where you can try something different after your thesis.
Je suis Romain Labbé, président fondateur de Feeling. Donc, Feeling est une entreprise spécialisée en mesures de force pour le sport, notamment le sport de haut niveau, pour tout ce qui est prévention de blessures et mesures de performance. Et notre entreprise est partie de nos thèses, donc, que j'ai fait avec mon associé au LADIX, donc au laboratoire d'hydrodynamique de l'École Polytechnique, où nous travaillions à l'époque sur la physique de l'aviron et où ensuite nous avons continué à développer toutes les thématiques de mesure de force dans notre entreprise. Feeling est basé à l'École Polytechnique au sein de la pépinière d'entreprise.
The X Innovation Center is a key component of the Polytechnique campus. It is a place where you can grow your ideas, come for an internship, learn to build things, hire or be hired. We can't wait to meet you and make your projects a reality.
De retour sur le plateau, n'hésitez
We're
pas à
back
poser
here
toutes vos questions
with
dans le
you,
chat,
and
nous y répondrons
we would
dans
love to
10
encourage you to
secondes.
ask all your questions in the chat, and we'll respond in just a moment. Sébastien, hello again. After teaching and research, entrepreneurship and innovation are the third strategic pillar of the École Polytechnique. Several programs are on offer, as we saw in the video. If I'm a young entrepreneur, what can the school bring me? The school can bring you many different services through the Entrepreneurship Service Center. We have 5 focal points, an EXUP incubator. It's a 6-month intensive program that's offered there where we challenge entrepreneurs on business issues, market issues, tech issues, entrepreneurship issues. The second is a facility for more mature businesses, which provides more in-depth tech services. The third is XFAB. It's a large prototyping space. 3 experts are on staff. The fourth is open innovation with X Corporate. It's a partnership with different businesses that come for a period of 2, 3, or 4, or 5 years. And these entrepreneurs take a cross-cutting approach to their entrepreneurship. And the last aspect of our work is a connection with students, helping students to get interested in entrepreneurship and develop their skills. We have the Student Association, which has a connection with our robotics department. We also have a Space Center partnership, a sustainable development partnership, and a technological entrepreneurship aspect of our work where we look at robotics and other aspects of entrepreneurship. So over 5 years, we've trained 2,000 people, researchers, entrepreneurs. Many different companies have passed through the doors of XUP and XTech. We have open innovation, and what I would like to advise you to do, tech entrepreneurs, is to contact us to discuss what your needs are and to give you advice. There are 700 entrepreneurs who have graduated from this program and who have created companies since 2010, and they are here to give you support and advice. Thank you, Sébastien. And all of these programs that you're talking about, are they available to both more mature companies and startups? Can you tell us what some examples might be of more mature companies? Sure. With the XTech Booster, we have 30 companies that we help with tech issues. They might be researchers who want to help their project mature in terms of entrepreneurship. So we incubate them. At XTech, there might be outside projects that are also very tech-focused. They want to develop their scientific research, and they want to base themselves at Paris-Saclay, which is a very scientific international hub. It's an accelerator service, therefore, that we offer to companies. As you saw in the video just a moment ago, Romain from the company Feeling was explaining what his company was about and the support he received. He had done a PhD at the École Polytechnique, and he turned it into a project at the IXUP incubator, the startup incubator. And 2 years after his company was formed there, it had taken off. So within the IXTech incubator, his company, there was another company rather that spent a year and a half at IXTech, and they raised 6 million euros a year and a half later, and they're based in Massy-Palaiseau, and they just announced they had raised a new round of funding, 11 million euros. So it's a mini satellite propulsor project. I'm also thinking of another project, a researcher by the name of Domini, who's working on tests that allow general practitioners to determine whether or not diseases are viral very quickly. So these are more advanced, more mature company examples. They also are able to help one another and to give each other advice. So it's very practical support. And what if I am not a French entrepreneur? Can I also take part in these support programs? Sure. Yes, we can support at IXUP international projects as well as French projects. So currently in our group, we have entrepreneurs who are from both the US and the UK. In the past, at our IXTech incubator, we've had other international projects, especially from the US. So we're completely open, and we are willing to go beyond our physical campus whenever necessary. The video also talked about research. Can you tell us a little bit more about research? There are 3 specific examples. The first is the prototyping space that connects the École Polytechnique lab and us. Certain researchers need the help of the Fab Lab experts when it comes to specific aspects of their research. So that's one aspect of our work. Then we also have with IXUP 2 specialists who came out of the school's lab, and they are now staff on the support program at l'Institut Polytechnique de Paris and at our school. And they are specialists who can help guide people with their projects. Each class is different, so each project is different, and each project has specific needs that are different. And those who do need to get into contact with labs can get in touch with these specialists, and they'll find the right person for the job. And this applies to the labs, to the school, and to l'Institut de Polytechnique de Paris. And we are fully qualified to help laboratory projects. We have entrepreneurs who want to direct their project in terms of growing their businesses, and so we have those support services as well. Great, thank you so much, Nicolas. Sébastien. And now we're going to hear from Nicolas. Nicolas, you are the co-founder of Neolith, which is a startup that was incubated at our school, and it was selected by Challenges magazine as one of the 100 startups to invest in 2020. You transform non-recyclable waste into aggregates that can be used in the construction industry. Can you explain how this project came about, and can you introduce your project in a few words?
Neolith,
as you said, converts all non-recyclable waste that is currently buried and incinerated into aggregates and stone that is can be used in the construction industry. The non-recyclable waste can be household, municipal waste that you have around you every day. It ends up either being put into landfills or incinerated, but it can also be industrial construction industry waste. Most of that waste is going to end up in landfills. I was not the person who had that idea, my father was. My father didn't go to École Polytechnique, but he worked with stone. And when he was cutting limestone one day, he realized that he was cutting into fossilized waste from the Jurassic era. And so he wondered whether we couldn't turn this into stone more quickly with today's waste. So that means that the impact you want to have with Neolith is environmental in nature, first and foremost? Yes, the Neolith's process costs just as much as landfills or incineration, so it doesn't create savings. However, what it does do is generate a lot less CO2 emissions. We've quantified our impact, and we looked at transforming all French household waste into aggregates, and we saw that there would be a 5% decrease in carbon emissions if you look at all different industries. This is twice the amount of carbon that we find in the air travel industry. So it's just a small stone, but it's our contribution. And you are also a graduate of École Polytechnique. Can you tell us how your studies helped and currently help you with your startup? My startup is very connected to l'École Polytechnique because I started Neolith when I was in my second year at the school. When I started it, as Sébastien said, I turned to the Drahi team. I talked with them about how they could help me, and they helped to explain how to launch my startup because I didn't know that at that time. Then when I was in my third year in the Entrepreneurship Master's program, I talked to Bruno Martineau, and he outlined all the different steps in the creation of a startup, how you create it, how you raise funds, how you create partnerships, how you hire. And when I was in my third year internship, which usually is at a research institution, the school allowed me to do it within my own startup, and so I was at EXUP for 6 months with my own startup project. Ever since then, we have been at our own facility near the school, but we're still very connected to the school's network. We pitch, we meet funders through the school. Most of my current investors are graduates of the school that I was able to contact thanks to the school's network. And most of my first clients I met through the network. So, Sébastien, you said that you met with people from outside the school, but do you think it's necessary to have done your studies at the school in order to be incubated? Yes, the one criteria is, or no, rather, the only criteria that we're interested in is your technological profile. We're open to all entrepreneurs and all companies otherwise. Nicolas, it seems that you were incubated at the school last year. How did that help you? The incubation period really gave me the foundation to start my startup. We did a lot of workshops, tech workshops, administrative, financial workshops. And the team itself helped us. They gave us advice. They gave us perspective on our technology and on our project. We were supported. We got better visibility. We were taken to fairs. I won a prize last year that got me a lot of publicity in the media. And at the end of the program, we pitched in front of 30 investors, and throughout the program, I received help from school inventors that were selected by the EXUP team, and they oftentimes were mentor inventors who are at the head of, who head up large companies and have their own networks and their own contacts and their own advice. Great.
Merci,
Thank
beaucoup
you
pour toutes ces réponses.
for all of
Ensuite,
your
nous allons
responses.
passer
Now
aux
we're going
questions
to
des
talk
téléspectateurs.
to the people in the audience who have their questions. And I think it will be for you, Sébastien.
And where they're asking us, can you get into contact with XUP? Because we have a startup.
Uh,
How do we get in touch with them? Well, there are several ways. Either just on the internet site, or through École Polytechnique, or the Entrepreneurship Center, or a social networking, or just to call us. For those of you who are closer, you can just go to the center, and we'd be happy to welcome you there and give you some information. We have another question. I think it will be for you as well, Sebastian. A question in English.
Qui décrit what are the opportunities in terms of funding a startup idea. Donc je pense que vous avez déjà un peu répondu tout à l'heure, mais peut-être que vous pouvez
I think you answered that a bit earlier, but could you add to it? About the funding side of it, we organize at the end of each class. We have a meeting with about 100 business angels, both French and foreign, and the idea is to make it possible to promote the outgoing ex-uppers, to promote their projects with respect to these investors that attend this meeting. So this opportunity is provided to former ex-ups and ex-tech companies who also wish to raise some funding of a more significant nature. So after every year, there's roughly 15 companies that come to pitch investment funds and business angels or partners in our networks.
Très bien. Et à propos
Great.
toujours des opportunités,
And about opportunities, once again,
après un bachelor,
after a bachelor's, there's a new question in English.
Is it possible to jump into entrepreneurship right after graduating from the Bachelor of Science?
Tout à fait. It is indeed. We help people out that have got their diploma because the idea is really to get entrepreneurs that are head-on into the project. They're not solos, but the question is, you're certainly welcome to present your project.
Très bien. Une dernière question.
And one last question before we conclude. This is for you, Nicholas. Could you explain once again the structure of the school? How does the school help students to create their project? Do you have any more precise information? Well, the school helps in several ways, but the most immediate way is there's a third-year master's devoted to entrepreneurship, which is a mixture between curriculum involved in entrepreneurship and science. So I did the entrepreneurship and mechanical engineering, for example, which made it possible for me to develop the startup during the class, which is interesting. Because we're given classes on various topics, writing a business plan, looking at the market, and so forth. And in the next class, we're judged on, we're advised, let's put it that way, on the advances we've been making by the professors of the year, but also for outside tutors or mentors outside the school. And these people come to advise us, and very often the mentors are either partners of other startups, maybe a bit more advanced than XUP, or maybe they're expert advisors. I know that I find my lawyers at a class on financing. So there are tons of experts that are brought in around these classes. So these courses are complementary to what we learn at XUP.
Très bien.
Great. Thank you very much, and thanks to both of you for all of these answers. If you'd like to have more information about entrepreneurship or a Neolith, you have these two websites. Just write them down.